Swipe left, swipe right, Joe. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Hey! Wake up! It's hump day. You had enough goddamn sleep. Get the hell up. Hell's wrong with you? How you doing, everybody? All right, 6:01 in the morning. It is the 6th of April. Oh, shit. That don't mean shit. It's just another fucking day. How we doing? The Grace. New angle. I like it. Got the vent out of the shot. I love that vent. Okay. Folks, listen, I tried 3 times to put a video up this morning. Okay, let me tell you what. I get up, early in the morning, right? And I turn on the fucking news, and let me just tell you what's happening. Let me tell you! Sean Penn. I couldn't even make a fucking TikTok video about it. I was so pissed off. Let me explain. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm old. Okay? I fart mummy dust. It's pretty old. All right? I remember the movie Baked. Anybody else remember the movie Baked? I mean, boy, that was my boy right there. Sean was my boy. He set the standard for how to enjoy marijuana. Oh my God. Sean Penn, hats off. That's back on. I mean, come on, folks. If you didn't see that movie, partner, let me tell you something, partner. Let me tell you, you get a contact watching the movie. The boy is inspiring. That's how good he is. Oh, God. Right? Now, that same dude, the dude that starred in Taps, okay? He's traipsing around the fucking world, making a fucking circuits on the news, and he's telling motherfuckers how to run the fucking world. Are you fucking serious, dude? Who? Sean, listen to me. Listen to me, dude. You're a fucking actor. You're not in the arena that gives you the ability, even the goddamn confidence required to give suggestion on how, a global conflict should go. You're holding press conferences, Mr. Penn, like somebody assigned you to something. Are you fucking for real? And I gotta say, folks, listen. Any of these world leaders that take advice from Sean Penn is a fucking fool. I need you to understand. If you begin to take seriously the advice of actors whose job it is to fucking pretend, to fake it, to lie. This is what this boy does for a living, and I might add he does it well. But if you feel inclined as a world leader to listen to the likes of a goddamned multi-million-dollar actor who created some nondescript give-a-fuck organization called CORE. Like, here's the problem. You put him in front of enough goddamn cameras, you give them enough scripts, they see enough press, and the motherfuckers start believing their own caucasity. That's what's happening. Sean Penn is in love with the idea of the possibility that he can be a white savior. And what's got me by the fucking craw is this. You're talking about all these Russians and all the shit they doing to Ukrainians, and you want to get them. Oh, I hear you. Pooty poo. Bad pooty poo, right? Wow. You got sanctions galore. The same Russians was gassing and fucking with and supplying, dealing with harshly the Syrians. And I mean on a level that's really kind of out there. No sanctions, still on the G20, still doing all the things that Russia does, killing folks who don't have a European countenance. But when he begins to kill and destroy and harm individuals of European descent, then we have actors and other fucking activated individuals who suddenly have all of this magnanimous and magnified concern. And my God, can they raise enough money? Can they send enough arms? Can they give enough support? Can they do enough things? All for fucking Ukraine, who mysteriously and nondescriptly and without mention does in fact house Nazis. Now, let me break this down for you like a fucking fraction. They got 100,000 Ukrainians that they are bringing here. And they're going to house, feed, take care of, nurture, and give as much to these individuals as they possibly can. And you know what? Bravo. That's very nice of you. 100,000. That's a deep number. Now, I want to fast forward a few, if we might, to, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years from now. Right? And these folks are, they're embedded like ticks in a fucking dog's ass. And they're here. And they got kids and babies and they're going to school. And, the culture is beautiful. The food, all of that is wonderful. But you can't stop people from being the fucking people they are. And suddenly, you got neo-Nazi factions popping up all over the place behind 100,000 motherfuckers. And suddenly, a few years later, they run across one of us in their black-booted, white-shirted, bald-headed asses. And, they say a few things, they do a few things, and we tell them to go fuck themselves. Let me tell you what these newly formed American immigrants from Ukraine are going to tell Negroes when that time comes. They're going to tell us, if you don't like what we're doing, you can get the fuck out of the United States. I want you to feel that shit, motherfuckers. You hear me? Because that's on the way. 100,000 motherfuckers with Nazi proclivities. Don't deny it. We see the Nazism over in Ukraine. Cool. You do you, boo. Right. But don't try to shove it down my throat that you're concerned for the sole fact that there is suffering, because we know that's bullshit. There's suffering in Syria. There's suffering in Yemen. There's suffering over in Africanus, for God's sake. And you are as silent as ants pissing on cotton in the middle of a tornado. And now we got motherfuckers like Sean Penn activated. Like, this dude's a fucking superhero. Sean Penn to the rescue. If you don't sit your ass down, you have no answers, Mr. Penn. Mine's so much more smarter than you are at this with no solution. But you figure that with your countenance, with your face, you can correct and give solution to the world problem, because goddamn, bro, you do it in the movies. Why can't you do it in real life? Right? Shut up! Any world leader that takes advice from Sean Penn is doomed. Don't take fucking advice from actors and shit. Yeah. Don't take advice from fucking public figures. Don't take advice from me, motherfuckers! I just report the news. Damn. Good morning. How you doing? That's a good opening. 10 minutes, right? Right. Wednesday. That's the hump day it is. Are you getting ready? I know you getting ready. You getting ready for work. I see it's 6:10 in the morning. You motherfuckers is in there trying to... But you got me in the background, don't you? You got me in the background giving you justification to get that goddamn grin off your faces. Now you're going to walk out there. You understand? They're listening to Sean Penn. I mean, if there's a reason not to smile, Sean Penn is being taken seriously about the globe. Oh, shit. All right, I'm just joking. All right, so welcome to the show. This is not a program. I will not program you. I'm deprogramming you. I'm formatting you. Get that caucasity off of you. How do I do that? Well, I report the news, the black news, here on the Negro News Network. We'll get it. We're working on it. Trina's working on it. Antoine Anderson, all the folks. I got the team of two, and the third, Mr. Eric, the manager, who's untouchable. You don't even talk to him, man, unless you got, managers. You know how they are, a little temperamental, and I love them to death. He's just waiting for me to do something. Then he'll activate. He's getting prepared. I understand. But the two that are with me all the time, the Trina, hello, Antoine Anderson, hello. Beat it bag challenge. No one gives a fuck. I feel you. You ain't got to care. Antoine spent good money on these damn beat it bags. I tell you, he works hard for his money. Last thing I want him to do is just have these things and have to just give them away non-discriminately, but he will do so. But there's the plug for the beat it bag. For God's sake, folks, get ready to leave. You looked at my last two videos? Have you asked yourself the questions I've asked in those last two videos? Tell me this, folks. When did we stop looking for the exits? Just a simple question, right? I mean, that kind of question, it puts it in perspective, doesn't it? When did Negroes stop looking for the exits? I mean, we were brought here against our will, placed here, forced to work, forced to learn their customs, languages, values, characters, all the shit, and at some point we stopped looking for the exits. I encourage you all to begin to look for the fucking exits, to pack and prepare yourselves to get what I call the fuck out of this place, only because, well, it's prison. It's punishment. It's not a place where we're meant to be, happy. All right! 6:13. We'll continue, shall we? Black News! Here we go. Follow me on Twitter, Rug Dicer, right? Facebook, Doug Rise. Instagram, something. Trina knows. Post that stuff up there, Trina, so they can follow me. Thank you. All right. I'm kind of sick of this fucking story. This is kind of getting on my nerves. We know that black homes are often undervalued, and we know black appraisers are fighting to change that, but we also know, well, it ain't going to change. Let me see. I'm gonna refresh, get something new. Oh, interesting. I love the way the gift that keeps on giving black news right here on whatever non-discriminate search engine you wish to use. Abbott Elementary's Cheryl Lee Ralph says that she was fired from a TV pilot for not being black enough. How? By whose definition are you not black enough, sister? You know what I'm saying. And you fired. So let me understand this. You can actually not be black enough under certain circumstances? I had no idea. This is a new thing. My goodness. I understood that if you were simply, looked and had and were, then you fucking are. I don't understand this. Now you have to be black. Maybe in caricature, in whatever, crazed, twisted, viewpoint you might have of what a black woman should be. What do you expect a black woman to be if she's not black enough? I'm just a bit confused that somebody would even make that claim. It's beyond me. All right, here we go. And the same damn story. All right, so once again, Alabama is the battleground over black voting rights. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not a battleground. There's no battle. Are you kidding? So what is this? I mean, the Washington Post has the nerve to report that suddenly, once again, what are you talking about, man? I'm trying to figure out when they thought the racism, the white supremacy, the right-wing white nationalism left this motherfucker. so that you can frame, phrase, and put into these headlines repeat activity, repetitivism. I mean, once again, motherfucker, have you been to Alabama? Tell you what, you go to Alabama about 2 a.m. I'm going to pick the town. I'm going to show you just how far places like Alabama have come since, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I'm going to give you a warning, they've not come too goddamn far. Places like South Carolina, Texas, Alabama, fucking Bama. Oh yeah, Mississippi. Oh yeah, you go into Mississippi certain times of the day or night and be a specific and certain kind of individual, and you see how advanced and just changed these beings are that surround you every fucking day. As you just walk about this penal colony for Negroes with a goddamn smile on your fucking face. I wish I would see one of you. Alright! Seemingly the target, man. I'm just trying to figure out, through our women, they get to our young. And put them on the fucking streets, they will. Y'all better come together. Better bring it in. You better bring it in. All right. My goodness. Wait a minute. Oh, HBO's Black Lady Sketch Show will make Jada Pinkett roar with laughter, or will it now? You found something amusing you're able to apply to this rather tragic moment of negrosity expressed in front of millions worldwide, televised in high definition. And now suddenly you have a Black Lady Sketch Show on HBO. When are we going to stop tolerating the laughter? When are we going to stop making us the center of the goddamned joke? When are we going to take ourselves so fucking seriously that any fucking joke made regarding our condition is met with just a stone cold face? Shit ain't funny, man. Black Lady Sketch Show, that shit ain't funny. What happened? That ain't funny. Jada laughing? That ain't funny. Ain't a fucking thing funny about the condition of Negroes in this country, and I'll be goddamned if I laugh with them at us. Are you fucking serious? Alright, we'll just keep going. Why black creators are important to Knoxville, Tennessee's art scene. Okay. Boy, you're just trying to fit in. You trying to fit in? Ain't no fitting in. Ain't no fitting in here. It's becoming abundantly clear that they're determined that we not fit in. You understand that, right? They're making moves to ensure that we don't fit in. There's no fitting in. There's no happiness. There's no fitting in. There's no getting along, You ask that question, can't we just all get along? No, unfortunately we can. See, the terms of our being here just eliminate that possibility. And if you don't think so, watch what's going on regarding us. I mean, folks, listen, there's an attitude regarding blackness that starts with black women and begins with Miss Jackson going to that Supreme Court. And I dare say when she takes the oath of office this July, check my math, that's going to spark some shit. And the very first decision she makes on that court that even hints, if it even has the aroma of benefiting Negroes, that could be the spark that ignites this country right into the path of civil unrest and civil war. And folks, listen, folks on the losing side of this conflagration will be Negroes. If you don't see that that is what is going on, I'm just not doing a damn good job of what I'm doing. Oh, just kidding. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Black Baltimore, largely left out of Maryland's marijuana industry. I reported that. We know that. We know that. Yeah. I'd still like to know how Black Lives Matter bought, and secretly so, a $6 million house. Why does Black Lives Matter need a $6 million? I don't even need a $6 million house. I would like one, personally, it's me. But I could take $6 million and I could buy, maybe 100 houses for $60,000. If Black Lives Matter and all, right? Why a $6 million single house instead of 100 houses for, say, $60,000? And then Black Lives Matter, you move them in those houses, and then that's the headline, and then suddenly it's a changed topic. But no, somebody has to live in opulence and glamour and luxury because Black Lives Matter. Maybe that's why they bought the house. That's why Black Lives Matter bought a $6 million house. I just thought of it. They bought it because, well, Black Lives Matter. How we doing, folks? It's 6:22. Wake the fuck up. You're going out there, aren't you? Aren't you? You like what you see? When you're out there and you're looking about, what do you feel as a Negro in America? You feel normal? You feel like you're, just a part of the American landscape, the atmosphere? Are you in there like swimwear? Huh? No, or are you instead a separate and apart individual put aside by God Almighty to be removed from the nations and their influence? And should we, in fact, be just kind of shaking off all that was put upon us over 400 years, preparing for the kingdom that is fast arriving? I don't know what to advise. I can only tell you that all of this is going away. And it's going away because they can't keep it together. They can't. They've just proven it. They got one guy who's just tearing up a certain sector of the planet with impunity. He's just fucking shit up and damn you. That's basically what he's doing. And that's their business. But other shit's happening. All kind of shit happening. They got a corona, the sun, they say, doing strange and odd things. I got Planet X that's supposedly wrapping around the sun, doing all kind of shit. We got orbs showing up in Japan. We got sightings in Taiwan. We got folks in Spain. We got shit happening over volcanoes. And the news. I report the black news because all the news is a little too much. I say that to say this, folks. Listen, everything that's going on, all the things that you see, all the things you see preparing to happen, all the revelations you see, all the things that they're about to unveil, don't be impressed. You're Hebrews. Listen, folks. When you talk about being set apart, we talked about it. You have a special thing, right? You take that which you have determined is special to you and you put it somewhere. You protect it. You make sure it's good, right? You make sure nobody can really mess with it. And you keep in your mind that this is set apart because I have fucking said so. And now all about those that you have set apart, well, all about those is just, chaos, just ridiculousness, hedonistic, pleasurable, just focused on the flesh, just all the things that the Creator tells you to avoid, they promote, and to your fucking faces 24 hours a day. So the only protection you have is that you must cast it all off. You must call it all a loss. You must at least have the forethought to see it's going down. It's going out. There's nothing that's going to rescue this. No. Now, they've gone beyond the point of return safe. It's not going to happen. The only thing we can prepare for is the kingdom. That's it. That's all. As Hebrews, we're set apart. So when you see the UFOs, when they tell you that there's some sightings that are real interesting that they really can't explain, I don't want y'all to get all in your feelings and upset and none of that shit, man. Listen, you know why? Because we're set apart. And having that status means everything outside of that Has nothing to do with us. It's the world. So you can't be shocked and shaken about what's about to happen. You got to stay in your mind and remember this has nothing to do with Hebrews, while simultaneously keeping in mind, in the forefront of your mind, that it has everything to do with Hebrews. Yes, I know it's too goddamn early for this shit, huh? But you're watching any fucking way. Yeah, get your coffee. Don't think it was the coffee. It ain't the Folgers. I like this. All right, how we doing? Still getting ready for work? There you go. You know what you got to do when you get there. Fair Trade, a Federal Trade Commission, Fair Trade Commission, Illinois settled case with auto dealer that, here's what the auto dealer did. The auto dealer added illegal fees and discriminated against black consumers. So you go to buy a fucking car. It's a fucked up process. I've been in car sales. It's screwed. It's horrible. It's 6 hours of your life you'll never get back. And all of you have to go through it. I know, right? It's torturous. But you at least expect to be dealt with fairly, don't you? Don't you? But no. You see, you're a Negro in America. You're a prisoner. You're a slave. So when they see you coming and they associate you with that demographic, they ensure that they add fees, that they discriminate, that they do you dirty based on who you are. And yet some of you still maintain that goddamned grin on your face. Isn't this enough? They settled the case. It happened, obviously. So now you got to remember, everything that we do as Hebrews, they look upon our countenance and take that into account first before they do anything. Remain separate and apart from the nations. Remain separate and apart. We are a people of special possession, never meant to mingle with the nations. And so we have to unlearn everything. Their values, their character, what they hold important. You need to examine it in every direction, 360 degrees, ad infinitum, and all the goddamn time, because they're throwing it at you everywhere you look. The only way you'll survive is to remember how you got here. And also what they're doing to us. Do you feel like an American? All right, let's continue. I'll go as long as I can. All right. Leaky Black reveals terrorism. What is this? I look up black news. They give me news about black holes. They give me news about, just everything. It's just black, anything that has to do with blackness in its, term without relation to us. They give it to me. It says, wow, opinion. Oh, wow, 1 day ago. Without intentionality, a black woman on the Supreme Court is improbable. What does that mean? And this is an opinion piece. It says a black woman on the Supreme Court will not solve our challenges with race, but will make our nation better. At what point did America become our nation? Somebody explain that to me. Make me understand how America is our nation. Tell me how that works, that Negroes can call this place our nation. How does that work? Are they treating us like it is our nation? Do you feel, as you walk about this penal colony for Negroes, that it is our nation? When you hear about the non-discriminate murders of black men for the sole reason that they exist in their blackness in the presence of whiteness, does it feel like it is our fucking country? I need to figure this the fuck out. The problem is I don't feel welcome. Do you? See, when you make me feel welcome conditionally, well, you can fuck off. You understand? You're not going to tell me, well, I'm going to treat you good as long as you act the way I expect you to act. No, motherfucker, fuck you. See, those are conditions I will not tolerate. And so I'll look at you square in your face and tell you what you do. I'm not going to sit around here and grin in your fucking countenance as you screw us. No, I'm not going to do it. Here we go. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. So this dude, Lil Nas, what did they do to him? Take a look at Lil Nas X, Daring Looks. He's there. So this is the new Negro. That's the new dude. That's the new acceptable black maleness. Really? I don't think so. I think they're going to have a problem. I think here's the deal. Let me ask you a question. What's going to happen to this young brother when he grows up? What's going to happen to this young Lil Nas when he grows up? He's like in his taking that young man by the collar and asserting maleness upon him in a manner that he wouldn't enjoy. It just fell out. That is their greatest threat. They don't want black men. That's not what they want. They want black, whatever that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. But a pearl suit. The dude had on a pearl suit? Okay. And an all-black ensemble with a dazzling cape. You had a cape on, really? Looks like he had one of those halter things on, too. Was this his black maleness to you? You ladies, you happy with that? What do our women think of this man? Somebody give me some fucking insight. What do you guys think of Lil Nas? I mean, I'm just trying to... I ain't gonna treat him bad. What's up, man? You doing? You good? All right? Well, extreme. I mean, you're making a statement. I don't really know what the fuck you're saying, but you do you. Now, when the Most High return, I just wonder what will become of Lil Nas. Dare I speculate what might happen to this young man? It's going to be interesting. All right, let's keep going because, that's too fucking easy. Thousands of black Americans left formal banking behind. Well, it's good for them because you can't go in the bank and cash your check without getting checked. That's cold business, ain't it? You got to go in, get checked to get a check cashed. And if it's a little too much money, and they just suspect that you just don't have what it takes to make, $2,000-$3,000 a week or whatever. They're going to call authorities and accuse you of doing something nefarious. And if you make a stink, if you raise your voice or look like you want to, you might get cuffed and assaulted and all that good shit. Black in America. So what they've done is made a move out of formal banking and just do it right on your phone. I like that shit. Next, pull your fucking kids out of school, please. Don't be anywhere in public where you can be laid hands on, man, because it's not safe for Negroes in this country. Now, I know you don't want to accept that fucking fact, but that's how it is. What are you going to do? You're going to walk about, just pretend what's happening isn't happening, or you're just going to wait until it gets to you, until it hits your doorstep. And you'll avoid it. You'll do well for a little while, and then suddenly you'll run across a fucking Karen, and that'll make your goddamn day. What will you do? Banking! Good start. Good start. Hey, let's continue. I'm just scrolling down, seeing what hits me. Who knows? Oscar slap sparks debate on the defense of black women. What defense on black women did the slap spark? What? There was no defense. The woman's head is bald. I don't fucking care. Chris Rock is going to make fun of you. Stop. And Chris Rock don't mean no goddamn harm. Somebody's in their goddamn feelings. He says nothing about the defense on black women because she wasn't being defended. He was being triggered. Let's move on. All right. Okay, Jersey Zoo welcomes birth of endangered black lion tamarin, and that's a strange-looking creature. I advise you look into it. Moving on. Just, Grammy nominee Louis Blake still learning the comedy craft. Louis Black, he's interesting. Black men are being cropped out of the employment wave. Black men are being cropped out. Wow, black men continue to experience persistent unemployment gaps and reduced economic opportunity, with men aged 25 to 54 participating in labor force rates at 6.5%. Folks, if you can understand what's happening to black maleness in this country, and I mean Negro maleness, they're trying to eliminate that shit, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. In fact, you'll fail miserably. Prepare yourselves, because what's coming next is just going to blow your fucking American minds. And I mean American in that Mitch McConnell kind of way. Let's continue. All right, here we go. Yeah. That Tallahassee-based black news channel filed for bankruptcy says it is between $10 and $50 million in debt. How? That margin is so fucking... What do you mean? You mismanaged shit to the point you don't even know how deep your debt is, and the margin is 40 mil. Man, get the fuck away from me, man. Give me 10 mil. I'll run a fucking station, the Negro News Network, and we'll fly. And everybody will get paid. Everybody being too greedy. All right! Anything else? No? What's this? Tech still failing. We know that. Black communities. Folks, they kind of repeat, but I do what I can. I give you what I got. I give you what they give me. I still want to know how Black Lives Matter bought a $6 million home, a single house. Did they move a bunch of black people in that $6 million house? Now, if they did that, I still say they could have bought 100 houses at $60,000. So, what I'm saying. All right. Well, looks like I'm done. I have nothing else except to tell you to prepare for the kingdom. We talk about the kingdom. But you really gotta take some extreme measures to prepare yourself for the arrival of the kingdom of God. That's a big deal, man. Creation has been awaiting the arrival of the kingdom for eons. So long, it's ridiculous. And why? Right now, we are upon this moment right now. Here we are. And what do you do? Hebrews, what do you do? I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. What do you do? You believe in it first. You can't just traipse about watching prophecy being fulfilled and then ignore the fact that you're seeing what you're seeing. You can't at that point move toward Democrat or Republican, right or left. You can't put faith in that which is now slated for destruction. You have to take definitive action. You got to maintain a seriousness while here. At this moment in time, the skinning and the grinning is over. Look at what they're presenting in front of us as what blackness is. Lil Nas. What? Lizzo and Lil Nas. This is it? This is what we've come to. Lizzo and Lil Nas. These are the pinnacles of blackness, lifted to heights, to be seen afar and wide. Black people can look. That is the destination. If I can get to that, if I can get close to that, if I can emulate that, if I can copy that, if I can be that, no notion of the kingdom involved. I don't hear Lizzo talking about the kingdom of God. I don't hear Lil Nas talking about anything. So, what are you? What are you? Are you an American? Okay, go be an American. Lil Nas is American. Lizzo is an American. You ask them to, and they'll tell you they're American. By God. But you got to understand, all that's being placed in front of you, all that is being freely offered. If you understand the point I'm making, any gift from man that's given freely in association with Negroes needs to be examined closely. And I looked at these two, put them on the scales of spirituality and common sense, and they just missed the goddamn mark. I'm not going to follow those two. I'm going to look toward the kingdom. I'm going to advise you to do the same. I'm going to tell you to prepare for the arrival of God's kingdom. Not Democrat, not Republican, not country. Nothing is going to survive. The arrival of the kingdom. The establishment of God's kingdom on earth. You got to look half crazy to believe that, don't you? Well, I'm happy to look as crazy as hell. All right, folks. Well, what a day, huh? It's been a good day, huh? It's been a good Wednesday. Good hump day. You're about to head out right now. I know what you do. Catch a bus, catch a train. Some of you don't have cars. Some of you don't have gas, a little high. You know, and I'd imagine you on a train. I've seen it, you know. And everybody kind of minds their business on the train, the bus, and, you know, as they go to work. And it's commendable. It really is. But if you're going to go out there, there's an added precaution that you might consider taking. Only because, well, you're a Negro in America. And so your very existence at every moment is threatened. It's at risk of ending simply because you are you. Isn't that wonderful? And so, that's the circumstance of those of us who descend from the transatlantic slave trade. I must implore you to take the added precaution of going out and being serious. And what does that mean? I don't want you to be mean. No. Please. Don't be antagonistic. I don't want you to agitate anybody. But what I do want you to do is I want you to be assured that you comfort no one. Those days are over. So to protect you from the masses that are sure to want to feed off your Negro energy every day. They see you and they want to feed. You know what you do. You know what you do. They look at you and instinctively you fucking smile. You know they'd pay for that shit if you made them. So I'd prefer, and if you don't mind, if you gotta be out there, you gotta be amongst the populace. Protect yourself, Hebrews. Don't give away that free energy. Don't do that. No! If you're on the bus, you're on the train, you're on the way in, you make sure, Hebrews, you make sure. You walk in that office, you're about to face the world. You get on that train, your countenance is there. So if you got to go, and I know you got to go, do me a favor. Get that goddamn grin off your faces. Good morning.